Hello and welcome to Clearview News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Florence Joshua. Welcome. Nigerians woke up on Monday to a report by Sahara reporters that Shore had petitioned the Attorney General of Florida, Honorable James Udmea, seeking the forfeiture and prosecution of Wike over illicit property acquisition in the U.S. In the petition dated September 22nd, 2025 and signed by his lawyer Deji Adeyanju Esquire, Shore accused Wike of secretly purchasing multi-million-dollar real estate in Florida using suspicious cash transactions designed to conceal the source of funds. According to petition, Wike, a former Rivers State governor, alongside his wife, Justice Eberechi Yesamweke of Nigeria's Court of Appeal, purchased 3 luxury lakeside properties in Winter Springs, in Florida, valued at over $6 million. To get a clear picture about the possibility of a probe against Wike by U.S. Attorney General, Odion Bello of Clearview News Desk is standing by to engage an economic security and governance expert, Dr. Hassan Sadiq, in a telephone conversation.
Thank you for having me. First of all, we should understand that Showore, as a person who part of Sahara Reports media, is a citizen of America, which over time is been on the media outlook. It is on this pedestal he was able to lay allegations that Wike, the Minister of FCT, has a property in United States in his name, which also now link that it is out of corrupt money laundering and all that. So it is on this regard that the United States of America are looking at it. Apart from that, America is more or less the police of the world, where anything you feel is legitimately because of their democratic system, then you can lay it. If they look at it, it has a basis for what you are alleging, then they can look into that. So, despite that, Nigerian over time, our corruption index within the people who are government has been so high that over there, people will tell you that Nigerian money who are stolen are much in abroad, which even the business people has also claimed that. Dangote in a recent economic forum has mentioned it, that the difference within the Africa and Asia is that the people who are in government, who possibly they are involved in corruptions, but he also said he's not encouraging it, that they mostly invest within their continent. They didn't take the money out. But while in Africa, most of the people who are in government, who possibly involved in the corruptions and all that, they took their money outside the continent. That is why the continent is not also developing. That he's advising the government of Africa that they should look inward first before they can now think of foreign investors. If you look at this, it sends a lot of signals, meaning that most of our government representatives across Africa and Nigeria, most of the problem we are facing, the corruptions, money laundering, was touched out there. Most of these were tied to property in abroad. So that is why you could see that Showore was able to come out because he has all the details and everything and claim that Wike, the FCT minister, has property in US in his name, in his family name, and all these are stolen funds. Okay. So until now, we are waiting to see how Wike is coming out to be able to defend himself. Then and also let us see the Attorney General of that of US. Let us see how the case will go. Yes, if Wike now has come to say that he doesn't have a property there, the property there is in the wife's name and his son's names. What work is the wife doing that give them that amount of money that they can be able to own a property in US? Even if they are citizens, is the house on mortgage? If it's on mortgage, how do they get initial deposit? Wike as a minister, his wife is one of the justices of a court in Nigeria, which is the Court of Appeal currently. Which work has he been able to do? What is the salary of a judge that enable her to be able to have that kind of money to buy such house? The same thing, what is the age of his son? What is he doing? How did you be able to come up with all this? So all these are traceable. Investigation can be able to take place. That is where we'll be able to know. If he has come out and said, no, the property is in wife, how did they get it? Then the American government now has the power, what it takes to investigate how did they get the property, where did they get the money. It's not for him to just come out and say, no, he does not have a house there, the house is in his wife's name. How did they get into his wife's name? What work? Where did they get money? It's traceable. And I've been able to say that it's easy to check a man's accountability from where you start and where you are today. It is easy. It is very simple. Most of our political elite, we know how they are living large across the board. It is possible, it is easy to trace how did they say they're able to make this money. As at the time they were in government, when they left, or when they were still there, who they are before they come into government, and who they are when they are out of the government.
A special court-martial of the Nigerian Army in Maiduguri, Borno State, has sentenced 3 soldiers to life imprisonment and a fourth to 15 years for illegally selling arms in collaboration with police officers and terrorist groups. The soldiers were convicted of multiple offences including theft, unlawful dealing in ammunition and aiding the enemy, all punishable under the Armed Forces Act. Sergeant Raphael Ame, who served as an armorer at the 7th Division Garrison, was found guilty of conspiring with a deceased colleague to steal ammunition from the division's armory. He reportedly collaborated with police officers to conceal the weapons in bags of beans and smuggled them to Enugu and Ebonyi states, where they were supplied to criminals. Brigadier General Abdullahi revealed that bank records linked Sergeant Ame to over 100 suspicious transactions between July 2022 and June 2024. Sergeant Musa, who served as the armorer of the 195 Battalion, was found to have conspired with Lance Corporal Ocheje and several police officers to sell an AK-47 rifle and large quantities of ammunition. Financial records indicated that Musa received over 500,000 naira from these transactions before he was arrested while attempting to sell additional rounds. Also, Corporal Rufus was convicted of selling 40 rounds of 7.62 mm special ammunition to a police officer. Meanwhile, Lance Corporal Ocheje, deployed at the forward operating base in Molai, was found guilty of diverting ammunition during communal clashes, acting on the instructions of a police officer. He also stole an AK-47 rifle belonging to a fellow soldier. The court ruled that their actions posed a direct threat to military operations and national security, constituting a clear case of aiding the enemy. In his condemnation of the convicts, Brigadier General Abdullahi described them as bad eggs who had betrayed the trust, discipline and honor expected of soldiers engaged in the fight against insurgency. He reaffirmed the Nigerian Army's zero-tolerance policy on the sale of arms and ammunition to adversaries, stating it would not be tolerated in whatever form or guise. Nigeria's Chiamaka Nnadozie has confirmed her place among the best goalkeepers in the world after finishing 4th in the 2025 Women's Yashin Trophy at the Ballon d'Or Awards in Paris. The Women's Yashin Trophy was introduced this year to honor the world's top female goalkeepers. Clevio News' Imefonokon takes us through the timeline of Nnadozie's football career.
Born on December 8, 2000, Chiamaka Dozie's journey into football began in 2016 when she joined Rivers Angels FC, one of Nigeria's leading women's football clubs. Dozie's big breakthrough came in 2019 when she played in the FIFA Women's World Cup in France. Her standout performance against the host nation in the group stages drew international acclaim, where she was named Africa's best goalkeeper, an honor that marked the beginning of her rapid ascent to global prominence. After joining Paris FC in 2020, she became one of Europe's elite goalkeepers, following her exceptional performances at the Olympics an appearance for the Paris FC in the UEFA Women's Champions League, which solidified her status as Africa's finest goalkeeper. Adozie captained the Super Falcons in the opening match of the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup against Canada, making a penalty save, and was named the CAF Goalkeeper of the Year in both 2023 and 2024. She won the Golden Glove Award at the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in 2025. Dozier made a high-profile move to the English Women's Super League, signing with Brighton and Hove Albion. In the latest development, Nigeria's Chiamaka Dozier confirmed her place among world best goalkeepers after finishing fourth in the 2025 Women's Yashin Trophy at the Ballon d'Or Awards in Paris. For Dozier, this award is another step in a career that keeps breaking new ground. As she continues to reach new heights in her career, Dozier remains a beacon of hope for young girls aspiring to make their mark in football and beyond. Imefono Kon, reporting for Clever News.
The lead pastor of Zion Ark of Covenant International Bible Church, incorporated in Delta State, has caused a commotion in his church as he returned after 21 days of fasting. In a video released on his church's Facebook page, the Warri-based cleric struggled to work unaided as members, believed to be church workers, carried him to the altar and laid him on a white cloth that had already been spread. The church stated that the pastor always embarks on the fast every September, a tradition he has followed for 18 years. On the significance of the pastor's persevering exercise, the church explained that it was a sacrifice for destinies, families, and the body of Christ. In what can be described as provocative, popular social media personality Mandy Case, whose real name is Mandy Ayomi Pose, has again sparked controversy online after announcing plans to continue with her jaw-dropping 100-men mission. Despite receiving no approval from the Guinness World Records, the influencer has insisted on carrying out her mission as she announces the preliminaries in place. It will be recalled that online users were shocked after Mandy shared her desire to take on 100 men in 24 hours in a bid to break a Guinness World Record. This news came as a surprise to many, as they wonder why she would not find other creative ways to become a record holder. Citing Mandy's daring news, Guinness swiftly responded to her, stating that they do not honor such activities. However, the self-acclaimed president of Olosho has said that the desire to sleep with 100 men in 24 hours is coming from the bottom of her heart to please her fans. The response has reignited online reactions as many share their hot takes about it. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube on Clearview News Text, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Florence Joshua. Bye for now.